Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So I really got into this mood of doing GIMP things, so I'm back again, and this time we're going to be doing a overlay of two images. So if you look at my second screen here, I have a couple things I'm looking at. It's a background that looks kind of nice. I'm thinking this one right here, or maybe this one. And then I want to do an eye in the sky kind of thing. So I have both of these downloaded right now, and we're just going to go into GIMP, and what we're going to do is go to open, and then we're going to open up the image that I downloaded. So I downloaded this one. This is a really nice 4K image. Almost reminds me of an Apple theme. I like it because of the colorfulness right around the mountains and a nice blue with twilight stars at the top. I really like this. So what we're going to do is just open up your background image, and we're going to file open as layer, and then go to your second there we go. Okay, so it took me a little while to find it, but I found it. Scale this, and so we see relatively this is 3800. Let's try 1500. That looks good enough. I think I'm going to do it like right over these mountains here, maybe. I think that's how it's going to work. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. We're going to go to layer mask, full opacity, add that, and then we can go to draw. And our black tool right here shows that we're going through it. Let me just up my opacity real quick. So that shows that we go right through this image, right? But if we switch to like our white, right? Click X to switch back, we can redraw all this right back. Really cool. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, and you could also do this. So there's a couple ways you could do this. One is taking a form of selection, like just right where the eye is, right? Go right click, go to select, and go to feather. And then we can go to draw, and we can just like, use wrong tool, draw around it, although that is inverted. So I would do control I, and then select, and then feather, and then see if that works, which it does. And then because we're going like that, we can just make our size bigger. Cool. Now I have just a round eye. But what if now go for this, make it a little bit smaller. Like I said, there's a couple ways you can do this. This is one of the simplest, I guess you could say. It's a little time consuming, but it is fairly simple for anyone to understand. We'll go right here, control I, right click, select feather. Okay, just do another feather. And then we'll go over to draw and then turn opacity on like, I don't know, 50-ish%. And you can see it's starting to blend, right? And we can actually go a little more actually. This is the very edge. So let's bring this up to like, or we just redraw like that. And we do another oval over there. Bring it up a little. We're gonna start toning this down actually. Right click, select, feather, okay. Go back down to our tool, opacity. I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. And I think we're gonna do one more step, just to make it a little bit easier. Control I, right click, select, feather, okay. Back down here, and we're gonna just do something like that. Cool. We can't actually see that other line that was right. You can kind of see it, just barely. So that's good right there. So now we have an image on top of an image, but that's not really what we want. So this little trick down here, you go to mode, go to normal, and go all the way down to overlay. And that right there is a little secret weapon that you can use to do your little mode thing. Is because if you can see, these still got this little lines right here. One of the ways you can fix this, and you gotta experiment. Try different tools. Different tools do different things for different people. So try something like spray brush. Like that. Now we go to overlay, and boom. So you can slightly see it, right? But you get the idea. If you spend a little more time on it, you can really easily make those just simply disappear really well. Now, a little extra, so you can also do the soft lights. So any kind of soft lights inside of the image that we dragged in. So this was the eye that we were doing. Any kind of soft images we try to transfer in would show up best. We do a hard light, so all the hardest lights would show up the easiest. The vivid, so the most contrasted photos, or sorry, contrasted parts of the image. We do pin and hard mix, and the mix is really just like a glitch out kind of thing. And then of course you got like different channels that you can go through. And then one more thing you can do is when you go to overlay, change the opacity so you can just barely see it, right? So it's just barely in the sky, something like that, something like a reflection, and I think that looks really cool. And when we're done. Control E for export, and just finish it off, export it, and that's really it. That's all you got to do. With this, you can mess around with different kind of images. You can do one on top of the other. One of the things you just really got to pay attention to is really taking in this fine detail around these edges and kind of smoothing them out really, really well. And I really like using the airbrush for this. I really like using the airbrush because it gives me a nice and even mix where I can continuously go over again and again, and the more I want it, the more I have to go over it. And it gives me a nice overlay. It gives me a nice, I don't know what to call it, just a lot of variability between nothing and the full object. The paintbrush is a tool that's okay, right? But it takes increments, whereas the spray brush takes nice little swipes as a actual airbrush is meant to do. And it works really well for blending two photos together like this. Okay. And you do not have to feather the things, okay? Feathering is only if you're doing like big brush, full opacity, just going around super easy. Because as you can see, if we did that, what happens is we don't even get I mean, we could have put opacity on it, right? So like we're 48%. We could do that, but it's just a lot easier to use a spray brush that we can control how many times we do it. And I just find it super easy. So just like a quick tip for you guys, I recommend using the spray brush tool for blending the two photos together. And then if a picture does not look very good, or it's too dark, or very hard to see, right? If it's just so, like, if it's shallow like this, I would try using something like a hard light that lets you see it a little bit easier. If you have a lot of soft light in the image, a soft light might bring it out a little bit better, but probably won't. I've done Northern Lights before, and I had to use the Vivid. The Vivid really popped it out. And I'll put some demonstrations of that at the end of the video of examples where I've used this technique. So yeah, that's basically all it is. Real quick video for today. I want to thank you all for watching. Be sure to leave yourself a comment in my video, and hit that like button. Subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you all.